nonsense. Make sure we're actually live
Rumble
on
nonsense.
Rumble.
Live. We are live now. Now we are live. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Damn, that's a sick thumbnail too. That's a pretty badass thumbnail. The T-Rex is really the cherry on top. T-Rex and a unicorn.
I had to.
The unicorn, you know what I mean? Is like because Chuck Norris is legendary. You know what I mean? And the unicorn is too.
And you know what annoys me about this whole Chuck Norris thing? Before we even play the theme song, people are like, "Hey, he's a bigot." Okay, what do you mean he's a bigot? Oh, he was a racist. He was a racist? Did he really? He was really a racist bigot? Was he? I don't know.
I mean, what did he say? Anything racist?
I don't know. Just people like calling people out when they're dead.
Yo, why does it say 2022?
Yeah, I don't know. I never fixed the dates. I don't even think that's when he was born. It was just weird. That's what AI chose.
I mean, that sounds about right. 1940 when he was born sounds about right.
That's right.
All right, but I guess the AI didn't know what year we were.
I was gonna correct it in post, but not. To be honest. You still can't hear the music, can you?
Nope, cannot.
You got a new subscriber this time.
Yes, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the theme music because I cannot. No, it would be a delay, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think the YouTube is something like 20 seconds, right?
Yeah, pretty rapid.
Dab time. What time is it? It's dab time. It's 9:30. You know what your dab is. It's been a minute since I've done dabs. I haven't done a dab, I don't think, since...
When you come to New York, we'll fix that.
November, because that was the last time I was in New York. So that was the last time I did, well, not even a dab, but you know how it goes. Several. Like a marathon of dabs.
I love going to pick up my guy because I'm going to be there right. His hands with his rig, with his pencil rig in that mine. And it's pretty low, and I'm like...
Choo-choo. Yeah. Yes, that was me combing my beard.
I don't know if we're actually on TikTok. Hopefully, let's do.
They say no soup for you? Did I curse too many times last week?
Oh, we are on TikTok.
Oh,
interesting. They learned to accept us for who we are.
I feel like that. It's a small victory, but it's still a victory.
Oh wow, that's annoying. There's our fucking... Oh, there it is. It was very tempting to turn the Nothing Network into the one time of dipshits completely. Only because we get a lot more views on the Nothing Network because it's really already established.
So it'd be like just sort of absorbing
Yes.
the shareholders from another company?
Kind of. But I mean, it'll balance out eventually. We have 10 people here right now. Like, subscribe, check us out on all social media. We are the most boring show on the internet, and you should be Privileged. You are privileged to be here with us.
And welcome back to the Dumbfounded Dipshits podcast. I'm Ryan, and that's Mike.
I am known as the dipshit. No, so Alan Richardson,
King
the star of Reacher, was riding his motorcycle in the neighborhood that he currently lives in or resides at, because apparently he lives on the road, so his residence consistently changing.
Well, if you see the houses in the video are fucking huge, dude.
Yes. He's driving his motorcycle big houses. And he wasn't even going fast, and he wasn't even going crazy. And this knucklehead steps out in front of him to yell at him, causing him to fall off his motorcycle, and then they get into an altercation, and Alan Richardson beats the piss out of the guy.
Yeah, he sort of humiliated him. Just to add more to the backstory, apparently they're neighbors. He swears that he didn't know who he was and didn't know where he lived on the block. And he himself also is a motorcycle rider, apparently.
Allegedly.
And says that he follows the rules, blah, blah, blah. And then he said that we don't make noise in the neighborhood driving up and down the street. And I guess like Reacher was, sort of revving his engine and zipping back and forth with his kids.
He wasn't going that fast from what I saw in the video.
In the video, he wasn't, but we don't know what was going on prior to that. But however, we get to the point where this dude just throws himself in front of the motorcycle.
Yep.
And endangers not only Reacher dude, but
his kids,
his kids and himself. And I think this guy had a kid outside too.
And you know what drives me nuts about this too? I have experience living where I lived in Brooklyn with people complaining about the noise in the middle of the day. And you can't, unless it's really unreasonable, you can't really complain about noise in the daytime.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
It has to be a certain level. And I've had neighbors come, because I had the radio on in my backyard barbecuing, and I've had my neighbors call the cops on me. The cops come, and they literally walk in and go, "We just want to let you know your neighbor's a piece of shit and call the cops on you. And we told her we can't do anything for you. It's 3 p.m. If it's after 10 p.m., give us a call."
I think a lot of places have like an 80 decibel during the day kind of limit, and they can tell you to turn it down.
But they didn't.
They can't tell you to shut it off.
It was literally a mini speaker. It was like before we had the digital Bluetooth speakers. It was a wired iPod speaker.
Yeah. And even before that, But
this is
he failed at being a Karen, though. I think because Karen 101 is that you like take cell phone videos of this guy doing it all week long, and then go to the authorities with the complaint. He just decided to take it into his own fucking hands and throw himself in front of the fucking motorcycle, completely, giving himself no credibility at all. So he fails. You fail. Now Reacher is going to rev his engine up and down that street, for the,
forever. Until he moves again, because apparently he doesn't even live. He's temporarily living there because he's always moving based on where the filming locations are.
Well, maybe, you know what I mean? He just does this, like just terrorizes the neighborhood and then bounces. You know what I mean? Like as he's on location. You know what I mean?
You know what I just realized?
Rents a house and then harasses everybody.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
When I edit the reels, because I'm doing the whatever shape I'm doing, I can use the footage for the portrait that we already record to do that. I don't know why I'm not using that. I haven't been using that, but I've been using the original footage. But we have the portrait. We have it already built right here.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah,
so you could just crop that. And that's it.
I wouldn't need to crop it. I'm saying I could just use it as original, but I do like the way I do it actually. So never mind. I digress. First video of the night.
But you save hours of your life though,
bro. Yeah, I guess. Bro is playing with fire.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Is your sister still gay, or is she bi, or is she straight, or what?
Babe, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. I've seen her with girls and I've seen her with guys, so I don't know.
She just broke up with her girlfriend. That should give you your answer.
Yeah, she's still kind of sad about that, huh?
Well, yeah, she's devastated. Why?
Well, because the FDA just approved new medication for lesbians with depression.
Don't. Just don't.
It's called tricoxagen. Hey.
Oh, that's a dad joke if I ever heard one.
That's a little more than a dad joke. Try
Uh,
proxy again.
yeah, I mean, it's a construction site joke.
Damn, that's a little more like it.
Definitely, yeah. That's why I say dad joke, because it's like everybody on a construction site's a dad. So,
You sent me this one. I didn't watch it because I don't.
ooh,
I try not to watch these.
a fresh
So
one.
they built an AI to hide UFO data. Is it data or is it data or is it the same?
It's tomato.
No one says tomato.
You described it to us, and then the description given to Congress is this is an AI program that basically scours all the databases and archives and platforms and military intelligence agencies and scoops up really good UFO, UAP, USO video images, things like that, and puts it somewhere else.
Right.
As if it never existed on those platforms.
That certainly appears to be one of the main functions or a capability that is part of Immaculate Constellation, right? Since it's an operation, again, it's not just one platform, not just one capability. One of the things that is involved is what you just said, identifying collection events of anomalous phenomena, sequestering them outside of, the general population or the general incoming stream of intelligence, and make sure that it goes to where it's supposed to go within the legacy program, I would assume, or more broadly, just the defense and intelligence community as a whole. So, is AI used? Clearly, right? That is a massive amount of data. Is our clandestine surveillance platforms used? Yes, they're collecting the data. They are all part of an operation, right? So one way that SAPs are structured is like nests. So you'll have a parent SAP above them, and it oversees many smaller programs, right? Each of those programs might have a very specific mission, like specifically managing the classification standards, right? Ones will actually be tasked with identifying where and when to collect in the first place to task things, and then the operation itself. These are all, distinct roles and responsibilities. But since you're at the Pentagon, you're at headquarters, these all filter up into one comprehensive strategic view where you see everything. And, that's what's incorporated here in the Immaculate Constellation report. So what is on display are many capabilities, many programs overseen by Immaculate Constellation. That's a pretty good summary.
What people have said is that you saw one document.
It's over. So basically, they're using AI to collect the data and control the data.
So I got a question then with this. Do you think, right? So like after a certain point in the modern era, right, you started hearing people with UFO sightings, right? And then they were like sort of few and far between, but you would hear them, and then somebody would be dismissed as being a kook, and then eventually more people started, and then there was like clusters of people who were seeing it, and then it became a little bit more, like maybe believable, even though there's still majority skeptics out there, right? Mm-hmm. Up until we're at this point right now, to where it's like there's so many actual like living human beings, right, that claim that they've seen things, right? To where it's like now the vast majority of people believe that, yeah, if you saw something, you saw something, right? There's the skeptics are thinning out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. And it's
all these people up to this point, and all these people have witnessed all of these before. Now this AI is going to be mapping the sky for data, right, for UAPs and UFOs and stuff like that. And so we were the ones who were collecting the data first, right? So now if this thing's going to be super efficient collecting data and all putting it into a data bank, how many more UAP, because let's call it a sighting, because the AI is citing it, right?
Well, it's taking all.
How many more? Like,
it's according to that, it's gathering all the data from, like the missions. So anything that like.
Yes, from individuals who've seen something, but they're going to eventually have it like scouring the sky. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
And the oceans now too, because it's just not the sky; it's the oceans too. I'm just saying, like, there's going to be a lot more. It's going to blow up, is what I'm saying. Yeah. It's just going to be all the time. You're going to be hearing about weird shit.
Hopefully, it blows up before everyone blows up with World War III.
Yeah, right. Is that made to desensitize us to it so that we're not so shocked when it's actually disclosed?
I think so, and I think they've been trying to do that for years with movies and television, all these ideas. Because, like,
Yeah, of
I think it
course,
was
for the
Stephen
propaganda
King
factor.
who said Close Encounters with the Third Kind. He had advisors from the Pentagon on set with him, and while he was developing that.
Oh, Steven Spielberg. Steven
I said
Spielberg.
Stephen King. I meant Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
One's an alcoholic and one's a
Yeah.
brilliant director.
yeah. Well, he was high on cocaine too, I think.
Gagging during a bee job is one of the most romantic sounds in the world because someone is choosing you over oxygen. Until we meet again.
Wow.
Remember, gagging during a bee job.
I will remember that. I will not.
I'll be
thankful.
thinking about this in a completely different light now.
How
sweet.
Yes.
How sweet.
They are risking not breathing for you.
Such a grand gesture.
Grand gesture. I think I'm gonna start boycotting Instagram videos from our show. Because they don't give you the option to rewind them, and they auto start. So, like, I'm trying to pause it at the very beginning, and I keep missing the beginning when I pause it.
And it doesn't have that the drag bar on the bottom of it?
Nope.
Oh, what?
There's no drag bar. There's nothing. Nada. Actually, I like that view better, I think, because it cuts out that. But see, there's no drag bar, so
that sucks.
Realize as I'm standing here, the Earth is spinning on its axis 1,000 miles an hour. Like if I was God spinning a basketball 1,000 miles an hour. And at the same time it's doing that, the Earth is going in orbit around the sun. And guess what rate of speed? 66,000 miles an hour. 66,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour. And on top of that, the whole solar system is going through the Milky Way galaxy. At guess what rate of speed? 400,000 miles an hour. 400,000 miles an hour, 66,000 miles an hour, and 1,000 miles an hour. And to top it all off, as that's happening, the whole Milky Way galaxy is tearing through the universe. At guess what rate of speed? 2.2 million miles an hour. And that, officer, is why I failed to walk a straight line, as you requested a few moments ago. You realize, as I'm standing here, the Earth is spinning on its axis 1,000 miles an hour.
I mean, us, and then
the argument, yeah, but we're POV of the police's point of view. It sounds like a pretty good argument, though.
It's a great argument.
You know, if we're moving on something that's moving, something that's moving this like so fucking fast, how do you expect my feeble legs to walk a straight line?
Yeah.
And who's to say that that's even just geometrically even straight, being that I'm on an object that's moving? In space, I'm not walking a straight line anyway. Ever.
I've been watching the show For All Mankind, which is a space show. It's quite good. I like space. That's all. I just thought about that when you said space.
Me too. Who's on the show? What's the show about?
Okay, so the show starts off with Russia beating us to the moon.
Okay, for the second time.
No. They beat us to the moon.
Oh, so it's like Man in a High Castle.
It's an alternate world where Russia beats us to the moon.
This is the alternate timeline that Steve Rogers is in.
It causes a different kind of space. It causes a different kind of space race, and all these different things happen. It's actually really good, and it gets deep. They go deeper into the galaxy and
interesting
solar system. Excuse me, not galaxy.
And alternate world politics too, which is interesting too. Like the what if. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and they do it well, where like they show you Nixon and what actually happened. Like they change everything though a little bit. Because everything's a little different because of different things happening. But the new season's coming out in like 2 days or tomorrow.
The new Daredevil started yesterday. It's pretty good.
Season 2, right?
Season 2, Born Again, yeah.
Yep.
Pretty good. And there's going to be a 1 hour Punisher special. I think that's coming in at the beginning of May.
Did you see the trailer for Spider-Man?
Yes, I did.
Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where Punisher got to start, was in The Amazing Spider-Man.
The original,
yeah,
yes.
The original, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was a villain, but not really a villain, but he was a villain. Like he was
anti-hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this video made me laugh. Where'd the sound go? I guess there's no sound. Gen X had to smoke out of soda cans with screens from a sink faucet and blow into toilet paper roll filled with dryer sheets, so Gen Z could hit a weed
A
pen
weed
in
pen
Target.
target.
I transcend both those generations, man.
Yeah,
I remember being upstate and I'm like, yo, I have a bag of weed, but nothing to smoke with. I can't roll a joint. There's no bodegas. The guy goes, I have a Pepsi can. And we cut holes in the Pepsi can and then we fucking hit that shit. And now I go into Target and do this.
Yeah. It was an Arizona can for me. But now I walk through Target hitting my pen. So
and the Arizona can was better because it was longer.
Yes.
I only had Pepsi at that moment though. But,
shotgun hits, man. Shotgun hits. Or it would be like a 22 ounce can, you know, like of Colt 45 or something like that.
Colt 45.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tall boy, Colt 45.
You ready for this dipshittery? Woman identifies as dog is attacked by dog. See, at first I thought it was AI, but then the angle changes a little.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess we're on the same wavelength because I'm starting to just like second guess even real videos now.
Mm-hmm. It's all fake, bro. We don't even know the war could be fake. How many fake AI videos do we watch of bombing in Israel? Like there's one group of people over here saying Israel's completely demolished. There's barely anything there. They're lying to you. And the other people go, yeah, Israel's barely even touched. We keep stopping everything. That's all lies. And you don't know who to believe because they both could be AI.
I should have sent you this shit because this shit blew my mind. There was a couple of videos of people who were claimed to have been killed in the bombing that they used their photos and put their name up and everything. And they're like, yeah, I'm not dead. Hi, I'm not dead.
Jesus.
I'm not dead. Yeah. And it's like all over the news, like in other countries here, wherever, you know, so.
This made me laugh because it's a point of view. If Italians cooked like Indian street food guys.
Ugh.
Hey, yo, can I get the meatball palm?
Meatball palm? Tony, one meatball palm on the fly.
Parmesan. Parmesan. Mamma mia.
A little bit for you right here.
Little sauce.
Meatball palm. Okay, there you go.
Oh, cuz, you guys got no idea. This sandwich, delicious. Hey, yo, can I get the
You know what's funny? Literally 25 minutes before we went live, maybe more, I was flipping through shit in my phone and I saw an Indian market where the guys took like bread and they had 17 different sauces to it. But it's a shithole. It's like this. They're on the floor. They add all this stuff to it. He's barefoot, he stuffs it in the sandwich with his bare hands, hands it to the guy. The guy goes, it's delicious. And I'm like, wow, did these guys just copy that video to a T? Or are they
I went through a deep dive with Indian street food, and I was watching a bunch of them. There was a dude shirtless, big, like round, distended belly, and he was just like, you know, like that deep fried. It looks like naan bread.
Yeah,
but it's like deep. But they throw it in a frying pan, right? So there's a big, huge fucking frying wok right next to him, and he's just out in the street side, got his table wok thing set up, and he's taking the dough and he slaps it on his belly, and he goes like this, like his belly's out, so he goes like this to round out the dough, and then flips the dough over and throws it in the fryer. And I'm like, number one, he's shirtless right next to a fryer, right?
That's disgusting, bro.
For him, but he just slaps it on his belly, and you know he's not in air conditioning in India. He's outdoors doing this, and I'm
spices,
like,
bro, it's seasoning. You don't need to add salt. You just added the salt yourself.
It's a sweat. Yeah, but
vomit.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the gut biome of the people who eat this on a regular basis must be invincible. They could fucking probably digest Ebola.
Say the gut biome. Did it get bigger? It did get bigger. Nice.
That's what she said.
Damn you. You beat me to it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hit the tree. You missed the kick, you fell.
What just happened?
Did anyone get hit?
Shit.
Did anyone get hit?
Oh, yeah, that kick. The first kick landed.
It barely landed though. Like the side almost. Watched.
Shit.
That still hurt though. That hurt.
Oh, he hit his head on the wall. When he did the kick and missed, he fell back and hit his head on the wall.
Bro, these guys are like fighting themselves. They are their own worst enemy. Bro, it just seems like there was like a ghost or an invisible man that was beating the crap out of the both of them.
This next one is only real motherfuckers know about this.
Oh my God, no.
Yep.
Yo, bro, do you remember? Do you remember the
Yep.
the pop? Do you remember the pop?
This is like the fourth time we brought this up on the show, but I saw this video and I was like, "Oh my God, I remember." Okay, and I remember a weird detail. Not that this is something I'm proud of remembering, but I remember a weird detail.
You're getting a little choppy, Mike.
Son of a bitch. How do I sound now? Am I still choppy?
Now you're good.
Okay. So I remember a very what?
But your voice is delayed to my video. Like you're clear now, but when your mouth moves, I hear your voice and then your mouth moves. No, now I don't hear you.
I know I wasn't talking.
No, because you're not saying anything.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Is it still delayed?
No, now you're good. And now I'm alone.
You're not alone. I was just bringing myself in and out again.
Oh, okay.
I switched sides.
There we go.
I was on the bottom before. Go back to the bottom. Was I on the bottom or top? I don't remember. No. Anyway, so one of the details that I remember that I'm not proud of remembering is the fact that he had scars all around his ass already. So this has happened to him before.
Yeah, yeah, but that one was the one that was the jar that broke the gimp's fucking ass.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like literally.
Did you know shooting stars are dangerous sometimes?
Well, if they're a meteor, yeah.
No. There's a different kind of shooting star, bro.
A shooting star.
Aww.
Free your thug, fuck, nigga. Free your thug, fuck, nigga.
A shooting star.
What does it even say?
Free your thug,
Free your thug. Oh, it's free your thug.
A shooting star.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh, it's Adult Swim, of course. This is Robot Chicken.
I don't know. I just saw it. I think it is. Oh, did you know John Wick is actually black?
What?
Did you know John Wick, the real John Wick, was actually black? Is black.
The real John Wick? It was based off of somebody?
Here you go.
Don't roll it up, my nigga. Roll up, jump out the car, and squeeze the trigger.
You see what he did?
Don't roll it up.
Yeah, that seems staged though.
Roll up, jump out the car, and squeeze the trigger.
See, that person's hand just he threw
real,
the gun
bro.
up.
Shut the fuck up.
That dude threw the gun up in the air.
You ruin everything.
Yo, but what if that gun did hit the ground and misfired? Nah, it's probably not loaded, right? They're smart enough. It's not loaded.
No,
it's not loaded. Yeah.
I'm not being racist. I'm just saying if you're doing that prank with a real gun, you're not smart enough to unload it. It's probably not even a real gun. It's probably airsoft. Rocket scientist with ties to missing Air Force general associated with UFOs disappeared under eerie. I can't read.
Similar circumstances. Rocket scientist with ties to missing Air Force general associated with UFO disappeared under eerily similar circumstances. So there was an Air Force general that was like just unalived, and then a scientist was unalived the same way.
Well, they're missing.
They're missing.
Yes.
Yeah, but we listen.
Rocket scientist vanished without a trace on a Los Angeles hike 5 months before retired Air Force General William McCasland disappeared under eerie similar circumstances.
So I'm just saying right now, if anybody's of any affluence or any sort of status, people don't just disappear. You know what I mean? And then if somebody has ties to you and they disappear in a similar fashion, that's right. Isn't that like it's a huge red flag for foul play?
Yeah, but she didn't disappear by herself. She disappeared with 2 other people, too. Which doesn't mean there's no foul play. It's just
listen, collateral damage. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Of course.
You know, if you got to shut somebody up and they're with 2 people, you still have to shut that person up and anybody else who witnesses that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of caves in this country. There's a lot of caves in this country.
Elephant flings man across the room at a festival. Elephants never forget. What did this guy do? What did he do?
Well, elephants can get agitated too, you know. They can get just fed up. I wonder what we must feel like on an elephant's back. Like, is that like a cat, like, hanging off of you? You know what I mean? Like, if I took my 12-pound dog and put him on my shoulders, is that what that would...
Ooh.
Yo, wait, watch. Does he launch this dude? He launches him, huh? He launches him. He's up, and he's gone. Oh, he flung him.
Into the cameraman, basically.
Bro, he chucked that dude. No, over his head. The guy sort of lost control of his camera. The guy went, like, arced over whatever group of people were in that row of people. He threw them clear over. He threw that guy. Dude, that's scary. That there's something with that kind of strength. It's like if humans had that kind of strength, that would be dangerous.
Well, don't forget, we read that story a while ago where the Indian woman was killed by the elephant, and then the elephant returned to her funeral to trample her dead body.
See, I don't know about that. I know that it killed the woman and had a grudge with her.
No,
and killed her.
We read the story on this show.
Yes, I know, but I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that it knew to go to her fucking funeral. The elephant doesn't know what box this lady's in. Come on.
It's got to be real. I'm telling you.
It's a great story. It's real that the elephant killed her. The elephant had a problem with her. That part of the story is true.
It's on Fox. Bizarre animal stories are heard often, but none quite like this one. Maya Murmu.
I think it's coincidental that elephant was even at her funeral, if it was at her funeral. I don't think that the elephant probably just stamps its way through the fucking village, like, just because it owns the place.
Well, I mean, I think the funeral was pretty close to that watering hole that she was getting water from, because it's all in the same village.
You see what I'm saying? So the elephant, that's just his stomping ground, no pun intended.
No, but listen, wow. Okay. As the ceremony was taking place, a herd of elephants appeared from the forest, sending villagers running. They left her corpse behind because obviously...
Yeah, they don't want to get trampled.
One of the elephants reportedly attacked the woman's corpse by picking the body up and throwing it in the air. Wow.
Yeah, because it was what was left there. You know what I mean? It's just coincidental.
No, I'm telling you.
Well, somebody must have cursed this lady with some sort of elephant curse.
No, I'm telling you. That lady, like, smacked that elephant a year ago, and he was pissed, and he didn't forget.
Yeah, that's why he stamped her to death. That's not why he went back to the funeral. He just happened to be there.
To holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
Mike, I got a question.
Nothing beats...
Are fat people fair game again?
They always were. We mean again.
I mean, you know, like with the whole, you know, body positivity movement and all that stuff.
It doesn't exist.
Had died out.
They all died. No, they all died. That's what happened. Remember? There's a compilation of the videos.
Well, that and the OZP out there. Everybody's on the fucking GLP-1s.
Yes.
So,
Now, there's like that meme of like all these fat positive people, Lizzo too, and people were like, "Oh, we're big and beautiful," and then that GLP shit comes out and go, "Wait, we don't have to exercise to lose weight. We have to shoot up with something. Let's do it." And now it's like, I'm sexy and beautiful now. It's like, what happened? What happened to your body positivity? What happened? I thought big is beautiful. I thought
it. This is how I psychologically, like sort of, like I guess render it down. Right? Is that at a certain point, you know what I mean? Like you get that fat, and you know what I mean by that fat, right? You get that fat, and then you're like, it's too hard to not be fat anymore. So I'm just gonna lean into it. And I mean lean into it. I'm kidding. Anyway, so like once the easy out becomes available, of course everybody's gonna jump ship on that. Because It's just like, oh, then I could just press a button. You know what I mean? Instead of me having to actually, put in a whole bunch of work. Which is fine, because a lot of people get to the point where they put themselves in such a predicament that they have no choice but to lose weight that fast, and that the only way you could lose weight that fast is by putting yourself on medication. So, it is what it is. A means to an end. You know what I mean? For some people's health, but obviously, like there's like half the people who are on it are just on it for cosmetic reasons. You know what I mean? It's a little bit here, a little bit there that they could have probably done over the course of 6 to 10 months, but you know what I mean? Like they get it in two because
I never really understood the whole movement though. Big is beautiful, and it's like, no, that you're wrong, and you're not wrong because big isn't beautiful. There are beautiful people in all different walks of life,
shapes and sizes. Yeah.
But there are also tons of ugly people in all shapes and sizes. So big doesn't
more.
necessarily
I think more
mean beautiful. It doesn't work that way.
I think that there are more. Okay, I think that the majority of the world is probably mid, right? But
hold on.
But the percentage of fat and ugly people in the world, right? Most of them being in America, fat and ugly people in the world. Right? As opposed to like overwhelmingly fucking stunningly beautiful, right? There's definitely more fat and ugly people than there are stunningly beautiful people. Just naturally stunningly beautiful. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong.
No, it's
but
fair.
I'm sure if you ran the numbers, it would probably come back that I would be pretty accurate on it.
Yo, is this New York in this video?
That's
gotta be New York.
What's this guy doing?
Wow.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Yo, he pulled the hood on.
This is fake. This has gotta be fake.
He pulled his hood on.
It's gotta be fake. But it's funny. It's funny, but it's probably fake.
I hope it's not fake, man. I like the spontaneity of that whole interaction.
This I already know what's going on because I'm staring at a plane.
Oh my God!
Jesus, is this AI?
See?
This is not AI. Holy shit!
You see, because I can't tell.
It's not.
Whoa!
And because there's so many AI videos like this. You know what I mean? Is it real?
According to this, it's real, but it doesn't tell me where it is.
Because honestly, this shit happens all the time in Florida.
Wow.
Planes landing on highways, planes landing in open fields, planes landing in into canals, planes landing on golf courses. That shit happens a lot.
If I was that guy recording, I'd stop where I am, keep the camera recording, back up to where the plane is, and go, "Sir, you can't park there."
Oh.
Excuse me, sir. You can't park there.
So, I don't think that's a parking spot, buddy.
Oh, here's another remember. And there's no volume. I'm so sorry.
Remember, if each movement of the anus were a bit, a 5-second fart would only contain 937 bytes. Until we meet again!
So there's not a whole lot of information in a fart.
How do you quantify that, or was that the right word? How do you figure that out?
Well, play it again, because it's pretty much explained.
Remember, if each movement of the anus were a bit, a 5-second fart would only contain 937 bytes.
So during a fart, your anus moves 937 times.
There's 937 points of movement. That's what that means, because you got to understand it's a... How do I do? Can I do that? Yeah, so by it doing that, like there's 937 spots that move. But 937 bytes of information isn't a whole lot. So there's not a whole lot of information in a fart.
Really?
So, but what would what would a kilobyte fart smell like? Sound like? You know what I mean? Or what would a fucking terabyte fart sound like? I don't know. It's like you ripping, like causing earthquakes, and it's just like a 500 gig fart.
500 gig fart. What is this? Iran releases video.
Before you play this, hold on a second. So I heard that they were releasing AI propaganda videos, right? And I did watch. I watched some of them on YouTube, but I know like sharing YouTube or whatever. But as soon as I came across it today, right on Instagram Reels, I sent this one to you because this is one of them. There's another one where Donald Trump is a Lego figure, like a Lego character, and the propaganda video is all in like a Lego world. And there's a few others too, but you could play this one. It's AI generated, and I think it's like
Excuse me.
Like an instigation video.
Wow. 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 Yeah, it is an instigation video.
So what they're trying to say in this video is that they have ICBMs that could reach New York.
That's what it appears so. And this comment is Iran doesn't have intercontinental missiles. And then the first comment is, it's propaganda from the U.S. to justify a false flag operation.
Ah, good angle. Then what about the Donald Trump Lego one? See if you can find that. Donald Trump Lego Iran propaganda. I think that's it down there. Wall Street Journal.
This one?
Yeah, but there's a full video, and it starts off with Donald Trump is like gambling. He's rolling dice. It's got to be over a minute long.
That's one of them, but it's not the full one.
No. There's like a full one where it starts off with him rolling dice.
Where's the sound?
Rolling between Iran and. Can we just take a moment to talk about the level of online trolling between Iran and the U.S. right now? Iran in particular has really upped the ante recently with these kind of extravagant AI-generated Lego-themed videos. The latest one shows President Trump crying at his desk as U.S. troops in the region come under heavy fire. And the memes have been relentless after Trump told reporters that the Strait of Hormuz would be controlled by him and the Ayatollah. The Iranian embassy in South Africa posted this. Now, all of this, of course, is in response to these videos put out by the Pentagon that use video games and clips from Hollywood movies to celebrate the U.S.'s bombardment of Iran. Now, propaganda is not new in war, but if you're watching this play out online on social media, it feels more like a game than a real conflict that has left more than 2,000 civilians dead, including hundreds of children, and upended global energy markets.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, like to sort of like if you think about it, to sort of make a farce of like such a serious situation on either of their parts, the United States or Iran, right, is sort of like a slap in the face to anybody who dies, soldier or not. You know what I mean? It's like even like do you think the Ayatollah himself, being as pious as an individual as he was supposed to be, would have approved of such like juvenile tactics?
No.
Well, I don't. You would think not. You would think not. I mean, you would think that maybe the White House should have a little bit more decorum than to just like sort of crop, Hollywood movies into propaganda videos.
The propaganda has existed forever. Reefer madness, bro. Come on. It's all existed forever. What's this? The legend of Frazzle Drip?
Yeah, bro. Do you know about Frazzle Drip?
No. Let's see.
Did you report on an episode called Frazzle Drip?
Yes.
And is Frazzle Drip something about cutting off the faces of children under a pizza parlor, or what is it? Can you tell me what Frazzle Drip is, Phil?
Yeah. Frazzle Drip is a video that was on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder on his desktop titled Insurance. And the laptop in question was taken during a investigation into Anthony Weiner. And the video in question, Frazzle Drip, was in that folder. And video depicts a woman who is the same height, build, haircut, facial features, and attire as Hillary Clinton. And there is a second woman who fits the same description to Huma Aberdeen, which was Anthony Weiner's wife. And in the video, which looks like the basement of Comet Pizza in Washington, D.C., it shows both of the females in the video.
It says it's a fake interview.
Different children on top of ping pong tables, which are in the basement, molesting those children, frightening those children with weapons.
Wow.
And then drinking something, which would line up with the theory that it is the blood of those children.
Bullshit.
For purposes of extracting adrenochrome.
Did you?
Exactly.
So is this, if this isn't a fake interview or a fake deposition, is this where that whole Pizzagate sort of thing starts from that?
Frazzle Drip is a debunked far-right conspiracy theory that emerged around 2018, falsely claiming that a video exists showing Hillary Clinton and Huma
Aberdeen. Yeah.
Right, Aberdeen assaulting a child. It's an offset of the QAnon Pizzagate narratives. So who knows? Who fucking knows? I'll tell you who knows. Anthony Weiner knows.
Anthony Weiner knows.
New sport.
Check this. Check new sport. New sport. New sport alert. You see the pistol, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're both in suits.
I'm disappointed at the guy in the bottom. He has no jiu-jitsu skills. Is this guy a jiu-jitsu thing though, right?
I don't know.
He's not. He's doing closed guard, not moving his hips, not doing anything, and not. Yeah.
He's a guy that thinks he could get the gun. The magazine came out.
Oh, the guy on top knows a little jiu-jitsu because he did that wrong. Jesus.
They're trying to get the gun. You know, they're still in the middle of jiu-jitsu. You're trying to also disarm somebody.
No, I understand.
The guy was losing till he got the gun.
I'm saying the guy who there was several points where they could have done a lot more than they did, and they could have ended the fight without even having to get the gun.
Well, I'm sure, but I think the rules are wrestling and jiu-jitsu only, no striking, and you have to get the gun.
Yeah,
to finish it.
Jiu-jitsu only, I'm putting you unconscious and getting the gun.
I think you could do that though. They just chose not to because I think they're both amateurs.
That one friend who will accept any dare when he's drunk. Music.
Oh my god, he's at the top. Go on, Shane. He's coming down the tube.
The trash chute. It's a construction trash chute.
Oh god. What were you
There could be nails and shit stuck in there. Glass.
Yeah, there could be debris stuck in there. That's what I thought too.
Go! Go on! Come here, pissy! Here go!
Oh my god!
Legit like a ton of bricks, because that's what a ton of bricks falls down, bro.
He could have landed on glass and nails at the bottom too.
He definitely landed on some shit. Like there's all sorts of construction debris underneath that. Damn, that guy's definitely fucking hurt. He's hurt. He's fucking hurt. I don't, dude. He should have known what he was getting himself into. If I felt bad, I wouldn't have sent it to you. Let's just put it that way.
Wow. Here we go. So how did this guy kill someone?
All right, so what's the story? This guy is okay, so this guy, now we can see quadruple amputee, and I think he was amputated when he was 2 years old from some sort of blood infection.
Yes, yeah.
So he's lived his whole life quadruple amputee. Shot his friend to death while driving a car. And he is also a world cornhole champion.
I think that makes it worse.
Full amputee and pro cornhole player is facing murder charges after allegedly shooting and killing his passenger while driving.
All right, maybe not a
Yes, you
champion.
heard that right. Police say 27-year-old Dayton Weber is accused of killing Bradrick Wells during a heated argument inside a car in Charles County, Maryland. Investigators say Weber was driving 3 friends in his Tesla SUV during a late-night joyride on Sunday when he got into a heated argument with his front passenger. The argument turned violent, and he allegedly shot and killed Bradrick Michael Wells, who was sitting shotgun in the car. According to witnesses, it's
Weird choice of words. Sitting shotgun in the car.
You know, I didn't think anything of it until you just pointed it out, but that is just definitely poor choice of words.
Let's say riding shotgun in the car.
But maybe she chose to say it because it wasn't a shotgun that he shot him with. It was a pistol.
It clearly wasn't a shotgun he shot. I don't even know how he shot him with a pistol.
Yo, there's videos of him.
Yeah, it's next. It's
training.
Next. I'll get there.
Horrified passengers in the backseat.
I didn't understand how it was possible. I don't understand how.
Scrambled out of the car when Weber pulled over, and Weber allegedly asked them to help drag the body out of the car. And when they refused, Weber ditched them on the side of the road and drove off with the victim still inside the vehicle. About 2 hours later, a person reported finding the body, and officers pronounced the passenger dead at the scene. Authorities tracked Weber to Charlottesville, Virginia, where he was found at a hospital and arrested. Now, videos from Weber's YouTube are resurfacing, showing himself handling and firing a rifle. This is not Dayton's first time in the spotlight, as he was previously featured on ESPN a few years ago, highlighting his success as a cornhole champion. He is now awaiting extradition back to
he is a
Maryland,
champion.
where he faces multiple charges, including first and second-degree murder. Officials say everyone involved knew each other, but a motive has not yet been confirmed. The investigation is ongoing. This is Jillian Superstar for Complex News.
I think he watched the documentary on Oscar Pistorius, and then he said, "Hold my beer." That's what I think happened.
Yeah, but why?
Mike. He saw the documentary of Oscar Pistorius. You know who he is, right?
No, I don't think.
This is why the joke doesn't hit, Mike, because you don't fucking hear it. I'm going to say the joke, and then you're going to look it up. He saw the documentary on Oscar Pistorius, and then he said, "Hold my beer." Now look up Oscar Pistorius.
I remember this guy.
The double amputee who murdered his girlfriend. So he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to see?" And he quadruple amputee murdered somebody. Never thought it would be possible, but
how is he pulling the trigger? Does he have like a nub in there? He has a nub in there.
Does he have a nub?
He has like a pointy thing in there. Look, you can squeeze it in. Yo, imagine like you get killed. You go to heaven, and like, yo, how did you die? I was shot. Oh man, who shot you? So I don't want to talk about it. No, come on, this is heaven. It's okay.
A no-arm man, because like you remember The Fugitive? The Fugitive was a one-arm man. No, this is a no-arm man. No arm, no-legged man.
That's fucking wild.
That's crazy.
There was something I wanted to show you, and it wasn't on the list of things, but I want to see.
Fucking killer nugget.
There's not that I can't hate because we do the same thing, but there's a few podcasters or channels that strictly make a living off of talking about Joe Rogan or that whole universe.
What, just commenting on the Roganverse?
Yes. Basically.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, but it's like critiquing it. Really,
Yes.
like sort of.
I don't know what's real.
Well, you want to laugh? A couple years ago, I got addicted to a channel, and the channel was called The Matrix Explained. I'm like, The Matrix is how many years old at this point? Why am I going to get into this? And I all of a sudden
27. Yeah.
And I always forgot. I forgot how in depth The Matrix actually was, because there's the video games that are linked to the movies that are linked to the animatrix.
Yeah, and the anime. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like I got really into it. So then I do completely understand how people would be watching this, because it does get some views, 300,000. So, but I was curious because the name of the video is Joe Rogan's Downfall is Hard to Watch, and I don't think there's a downfall, but I just was curious to see what his opinion was.
What's real and what isn't anymore? You know, and if you ask questions, you're this, you get labeled. I don't know.
I know.
It's a wacky time, and no one's happy.
That's why I'm off social media. It's just not good for you.
But you seem to know a ton of stuff. So I'm like, how are you off social media, but also knowledgeable?
Google News feed, and then things that inform people send me. I rely on people sending me things now, which is way better.
But I'm sure you got some psychos who are up your ass.
Who believe everything I say?
Yeah, because you're so big. You got such a big umbrella.
Yeah, but I'm very clear that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, you're one of the few guys who will go, you know what I said last week? I was wrong about that.
You have to.
Nobody does that.
That lady's smiling. If she claims victim, I call her shit. She looks like she's having a good time. Also, that's a woman.
Mark Normand is on JRE to promote his new Netflix comedy special, and somehow it turned into one of the most hypocritical episodes in JRE history. The last time Mark did a solo Rogan episode was over 6 years ago. We're used to seeing him on Protect Our Parks with Shane and the boys, but because Ari Shafir is off chasing tail in Thailand, they haven't done one in almost a year. And it turns out when Mark's on the podcast alone with Joe, it's not the same. We've still got the quick wit and the corny zingers. That's his thing. But there was way too much glazing and yes-manning from Mark in this one, which sucks because I've really grown to like him over the last couple of years. I noticed the same thing on his recent Club Shay Shay appearance where the one-on-one interview style just doesn't really suit him. He's at his best when he's bouncing off other comedians who can keep up with him, but when he's sitting
like on Legion of Skanks,
the
when he's
power
on
dynamic
Skanks
takes over and he just defaults to nodding his head. And look, I still like Mark. He's easily one of my favorite comedy podcasters, up there with Shane Gillis and Dan Soder, so don't get me wrong here, but this entire episode was absolutely diabolical. Rogan's delusions are so bad now that it's actually hard to watch. I don't know why he keeps doing this, but his Epstein takes are getting increasingly unhinged. I'll take you through exactly what happened with the Epstein stuff towards the end, because there were a few moments here where I spit out my Vegemite on toast in disbelief at some of the shit.
Oh, so he gave himself away as being Australian.
Here and there.
Have you ever tried Vegemite?
No, I hear they use it like peanut butter.
So me and my wife drove to the city.
Yeah.
And we went to an Australian bakery.
Okay.
And I had like croissants with Vegemite. I had like these different pastries with it. I had different like.
What is it made of?
I don't remember. I do like it. It was quite tasty. So I do understand where he's coming from. And apparently, if the world goes to shit in his nuclear holocaust, the safest place to be is New Zealand.
Yeah, I guess geographically speaking, it'd probably be.
It's New Zealand, not only geographically speaking, but because it has no predators and nothing but food.
Right. Yeah. But I thought like survivability, because the only other
mountains, high mountain ranges, high mountains, so water levels raising won't really do much there.
Well, I was gonna say like you could be in Patagonia, like in Argentina, like all the way down south.
That's number 2. That's the second safest place to be, and the third is one of them is the Rocky Mountains. I forgot if it's on the list, but it's not 3. It might be 4 or 5 because it's so secluded and high up.
Yeah, and sparse population is pretty spread out there. Yeah.
Or an out-of-touch rant like we've become accustomed to. I'm talking straight-up black-and-white hypocrisy that will make your skin crawl. Just quickly, though, I just posted my full breakdown and commentary of the Louis Theroux Manosphere Netflix documentary on my Patreon. So
I think my girl wants to watch it with me, so I said I'd watch it with her.
On there than I can here on YouTube. So if you're into that, feel free to check it out. There's a bunch of other long-form uncensored videos on there too, and I'm posting at least once a week on Patreon. As for Mark and Joe, they were talking about how fractured we are in this political climate and how the abundance of information has made it harder to know what's fake and what's true. And somehow Rogan managed to perfectly describe himself without realizing that he's part of the problem.
But it also shows how sad and sheep-like people are, because we're like, we need something. I need something to believe in, something to go for. I'll support you.
Well,
I'm
everybody's
alone.
so lost that anybody who comes along that confidently claims they have the answer, people just follow.
Yep.
Very
Every
odd.
time.
Very odd.
But I'm sure you got some psychos who are up your ass.
Who believe everything I say?
Yeah, because you're so big. You got such a big umbrella.
Yeah, but I'm very clear that I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's the key.
And if I do, it's like very specific things. So I'm like, I can tell you for sure that this is a fact.
Right.
Because, I'm an expert in a few things.
Well, you're one of the few guys who will go, you know what I said last week? I was wrong about that.
You have to.
Nobody does that.
You got it. Well,
He doesn't do that often anymore.
But he has.
But yeah, of course. But I don't think
he's still done it more often than most other people do.
I think he's more careful now since he's done it, though. More careful to not even fall into that trap.
Like, I've even heard Piers Morgan say change his shit up too, and like apologize for something that he said. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that often, and it's definitely even still in contrast a lot more often than most other broadcasters, people with internet opinions. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people do not backtrack. Most double down,
especially politicians.
They're almost obligated to double down because looking wrong is not good for their overall appearance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
they're all terrified if they say that they're wrong once, then they're not going to be an elected official anymore. Yeah.
Yep. There's been several people who, I forgot where the line is famous from, but like someone was running for office and they won, and their campaign manager says, "Okay, great, let's start planning for re-election." And he's like, "What do you mean? I just got here." He goes, No, but we still have to plan for re-election now.
I mean, there's at least 3 years of planning that goes into that. Yeah. At least.
Be right all the time.
Yes.
And they all connect their identity with being correct about whether it's COVID or
right.
Like COVID ruined a lot of people's credibility.
100%.
Rogan's an expert in being a puppet. He claims he's an expert in
This guy's
stand-up
just a
comedy and
hater, I
MMA,
think.
yet he's
He's
never
a
had a
hater,
single MMA
right?
fight in his life.
He seems
he's
to be a
never
hater.
Put out a decent comedy special. The only thing Joe's truly an expert in is convincing people that he's an expert. And this
He never
whole
says he's an
idea that
expert,
he's
though.
one of the few guys who'll admit when he was wrong. I've been watching this guy for years, and I can count on one hand the number of times he's genuinely corrected himself, and most of those were because Jamie forced his hand in real time. In fact, Rogan is known for hardly ever correcting himself, even when he does make a mistake, and quite often he'll continue to spread false or misleading information, even after he's been made aware of it. It's one of his defining characteristics at this point. It's practically a segment on the fucking show. You guys might not remember this episode because it didn't get much traction back in the Spotify exclusive days. Even when they dumped everything back on YouTube, it only got less than 5,000 views, which has to be a record. But it was in this episode that Rogan got fact-checked in real time for making a false claim about myocarditis, yet even after this episode, he continued to spread the wrong information. And just to be clear, I know this is controversial, I'm not saying that Rogan was wrong or right about everything to do with the pandemic. I mean, he did certainly uncover some dodgy shit, I'll give him that. But still to this day, he'll ramble on about things that were proven to be wrong, yet he just can't seem to let it go.
For young boys in particular, there's an adverse risk associated with the vaccine. It's like a 2 to 4-fold increase in the instances of myocarditis.
Yes, but you know what?
Hospitalization.
You know that there's an increased risk of myocarditis among that age cohort from getting COVID as well, which exceeds the risk of myocarditis from the vaccine.
I don't think that's true.
No, there is. There's both.
Well, let's look that up because I don't think that's true. 12 to 17 more likely to develop myocarditis with 3 months of catching COVID at a rate of 450 cases per million infection. This compares to 67 cases of myocarditis per million of the same time following their second dose of Pfizer.
Yeah, so you're about 8 times likelier to get myocarditis from getting COVID than from getting the vaccine.
That's interesting.
Now,
that is not what I've read before, but also it's like, even when we're reading these things, it's like, what are we getting this from? Was this from the VAERS report?
Rogan doesn't even debate these things in good faith. He clearly had his own agenda, and he very rarely admits when he's wrong, just like we're seeing now with everything going on in the world and Rogan's blatant attempt to cover it up. Even just in that clip there, you can see how unwilling
what is he referring to, though?
The data when it doesn't line up with what he already believes. Jamie pulled it up. The numbers were right there on the screen, and Joe's immediate response was, "That is not what I've read before," followed by questioning the source, because that's what he always does. If the facts don't fit, attack the source. Yet literally 5 minutes ago, Mark Normand was sitting there praising Slow Joe for being one of the only public media figures to admit when he fucked up. I don't know what alternative reality Mark's living in, and all the stuff about always saying he doesn't know what he's talking about and that he's only an expert in a couple of things where he can state certain things as a fact. I'm not sure how that extends to the hard sciences, where he has absolutely zero qualifications or experience. For those of you wondering why I call him the tall and funny scientist Joe Rogan, this is where it came from.
Florida doesn't demand vaccines.
Yeah,
for kids.
that's dangerous to me.
Yeah. I knew you'd jump on that train.
Of course, it's dangerous, Brian. What are you talking about? All vaccines.
Tetanus.
No.
Just go down the road,
You
Ron?
need to bail on the tetanus thing because Suzanne Humphreys.
Educate his ass.
Suzanne Humphreys explained tetanus.
She's not a
She's like,
vaccinologist. I know that woman.
all you have to do is keep the wound open and clean it.
Oh, that's
you
such
don't.
bullshit.
It's not
Oh my
bullshit.
God,
It's
what
not bullshit. Do you know how many people die of tetanus every year? Very
shit.
few.
What about
Just
Okay,
stop.
so let me ask you a question, Mr. Joe Rogan, Mr. Scientist. Are you saying that we shouldn't
Don't
have...
do that. Don't call me Mr. Scientist. I'll start mocking you. And it's so
I
much easier to
remember
mock
this.
you.
So are we not... So you don't believe in vaccines? You don't...
I rarely agree with him, Brian.
With Brian Callen?
Yeah, but this episode, I was like, dude, he's getting in on. He was not wrong about what he was right.
Well, listen, he feels comfortable to do so because he's his friend.
I know.
You know what I mean? Most people are going to go on and challenge him because it's like, you're on the Rogan show. He could just not air this at all. And this is like so many people coming towards me, like viewers and subscribers and
that, like, this is a guy-
monetization. Yeah.
This is the guy from the very first episodes of Rogan.
Yeah, well, he has a mind of his own, though, too. You know, people can do that, even if they're friends with somebody who's
No,
powerful.
that's what I'm
you know?
saying, though. I'm like, they've been friends before. Since before he was this huge podcaster.
That I don't believe in vaccines.
What are you saying?
It's I don't think you
74.
should give a kid a Hep B vaccine when they're a baby.
Excuse me. Let me just say something. Yes, you're right. You can make the argument for Hep B. Here's why. Because the chances of a child coming in contact with the kind of activity that causes Hep B is different. What I'm trying to say to you is that there are certain diseases. Pick up a history book. Smallpox. Diphtheria, mumps,
polio. Please
Yes.
stop.
No,
You
I
don't-
won't. I won't. I know you think it's just. I've heard Susan Humphreys.
This is a long conversation that we're not going to have on this podcast because I'm going to get angry because I've researched this for years.
Right.
Let's just.
But you're not a scientist.
I don't have to be a scientist
do.
to know that.
Yes, you do.
No, Brian, shut the up. I don't have to be a scientist to read research to understand that they were spraying DDT all over the country when everybody was getting polio. Do you know that?
Let me make a statement.
They were calling it paralytic polio.
Do you agree with the following statement? It's not just.
I'm not going to do this with you,
but
Brian.
it's not just about.
I brought up
It's not
vaccines,
just
so that'd
about.
be a
Hold
fun
on.
debate.
Hold on.
No,
It's
Brian, I
not
don't wanna do this.
but it's
I
not
don't
just
wanna do this.
about.
We're in
is
the
it-
middle of a fight companion.
All right.
It's annoying.
All right, but it's like. Yeah.
The thing is, like I said earlier, my point isn't that Joe's been wrong about everything. My point is that he is the perfect embodiment of the Dunning-Kruger effect. That's why I've previously referred to his show as the Dunning-Kruger experience. He doesn't know enough about any of these topics to know if he doesn't know something, which is literally the definition. Yet he'll rant about the same shit for hours on end with so much confidence you'd think he was conducting his own experiments in a lab out the back of his studio. And shout out to Brian Callen for actually calling him out on that clip. We've talked about this before. It was on that Fight Companion where Callen pushed back on Joe, thinking he's smart enough to read out and interpret scientific literature with zero scientific education, and Joe's response was to go full domestic violence mode. I'm not going to talk about this with you because you're making me angry. That's the real Joe Rogan. When he's challenged, he starts glitching and crashes out. But when it's a guest like Mark Norman sitting there across from him, telling him how great he is, suddenly he's the most agreeable guy in the room. As usual, though, things only got much worse.
But isn't that how it is in general anyway?
You rarely ever see him lose his temper.
No, I know, but those two comparisons of when this person's pissing you off, you react this way.
Well, this debunks that whole thing. It's the energy that somebody brings to it. So Brian Callen's bringing a challenging energy, and of course Mark Norman is not bringing any sort of challenging energy. So he's not going to have that kind of interaction with Mark Norman. He's not going to, because Mark Norman is just generally, non-argumentative, non-confrontational. You know what I mean? So he's not going to have that kind of interaction with Mark Norman or anybody else. You know what I mean? And even still, like Shane Gillis, like if that were Shane Gillis would have made the joke like, all right, like he would have said something quippy, like
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Brian Callen was having like a legit argument with a friend of his. So of course, like all of that comedic banter sort of goes away, and then it's just like two dudes that are just like at odds with each other, that know each other very well, so that he feels comfortable saying shit like that. Because Joe Rogan, I don't think should say, to be quite honest with you, and I'm a fan of his. I don't think that he should treat his friends like that. Saying that you're gonna make me angry.
Yeah,
You're talking about somebody tells you, and he has, if he has information that's contradictory to your information, then treat him like the way you treat the rest of your guests.
Yeah,
who have contradictory information.
Okay. Did you? This is off topic. Not that I'm trying to change the subject, but I'm done with this guy because he's fucking just a Joe Rogan hater.
Yeah.
Did you know there's allegedly a Kill Tony golden ticket winner curse?
So, all right, so it's like whoever wins the golden ticket doesn't do well. I guess.
Exactly. It's not that they don't do well. It's they start to get big and they cause their own downfall.
So who's caused their own downfall? Show me.
The kid that looked like a little kid, but he's a guy. What the hell's his name? Like he looks like.
Oh yes.
He had to go to rehab because he was just fucking going on the road doing drugs and comedy.
Yeah.
Then there's a few like same thing. Uncle Laser.
He same thing happened to him.
Yep, he had to go to rehab. He's back now, doing better.
So you don't think it's just being caught in the grips of the 15 minutes of fame that you get from it? You know what I mean? Like a child star kind of syndrome kind of thing?
I don't know. Hold on. I think there was the golden ticket curse. We're not gonna watch it today, but maybe next week we'll watch the rise and collapse of Kill Tony's golden ticket winners, and it has a list of all of them.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of them that are actually doing really well.
Yeah, but there's a few of them that disappeared off the face of this earth, apparently.
Well, it's like they say the curse of the lotto, but not everybody who wins the lotto is ends up in a bad way. It's just that there's a large amount of people who haven't had any money before, who get a lot of money and don't know what to do with it.
It's funny because there's a few guys that were very in the book that talks about it's a book about it.
Yeah.
It's about all the lotto winners and like all the bad things that happened to them, but it also has stuff about the good ones. They're not the good ones, but the good stories.
The happy stories, yeah.
And most of those stories were people who already had money that won.
Yeah, like there's that. There's the guy who
broke. They weren't living paycheck to paycheck.
Right. There was a guy who was worth like a few $1 million and owned a couple of gas stations, who won a lotto, and bought the ticket at another gas station that wasn't his, because you can't buy it at your own. He bought it and won. You know what I mean? And went from just having a few $1 million to having hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So obviously that guy definitely, didn't bilk that. You know what I mean? If he already knew what to do with the few $1 million, you'll know what to do with the 100 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and that's I think the common denominator. But I did not hear there's this kid in Harlem that won, and he won a big one.
Okay.
And I made a joke that if he was already a hustler, he's not gonna be one of the bad stories. Like if he's like a hustler, not like a knucklehead,
like somebody whose eyes on the prize. Yeah.
Yes, he's gonna know what to do with that. And he's gonna disappear.
Did he disappear?
I don't know. I didn't hear any stories about it, so I'm guessing maybe he wasn't in the book. So maybe, just maybe, he succeeded.
Well, good for him if he did, man, because, everyone loves a rags to riches story. Was Chuck Norris' story a rag to riches story? I mean, I know he was doing Chuck Norris. I mean, I know he was doing karate for a long time before he became famous.
He was in the Air Force though, or something, wasn't he?
He was in the military? Yeah. Like, what was his life story?
He was stationed in. Not that.
Vietnam has to be. For his age, it wasn't Korea. He would have been a child.
the hell is it? It's right here. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. All right. He held black belts in karate, taekwondo, tang soo do, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and judo. After serving in the United States Air Force, he won numerous martial arts championships and later founded his own discipline. Chung Kuk Do, whatever. Norris began working for the film industry as a martial arts instructor for celebrities before making his screen debut on a minor role, in The Wrecking Crew, 1968.
And then he was also in The Way of the Dragon in like 72 or something like that, right?
Carlos Ray Norris is his real name.
So his name's Carlos, not even Charles.
Carlos Ray Norris. His father is a World War II Army vet. Wait, it says, did he fight in a war or 60? Career. He was stationed in South Korea. That's where he got the nickname Chuck. And he started training in Tang So Do. He was military police, or air policeman, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
AP. Interesting. Well, on that note, rest in peace, Chuck Norris.
Rest in peace, Chuck Norris.
That's the wrong video. I clicked the wrong button.
You put on the intro music instead of the outro music?
Yes, I'm fading. Fading away.
All right.
Fading.
So everybody who's still watching, peace out till next week. And 9:30 every Wednesday, we'll be back here. Peace out, y'all, dipshits. We will return.
Maybe we should have a dipshit of the week.
We should start doing that again. I'll shoot you ideas. It's just that there's been so many. We've been flooded with so many idiots that it's hard to pick just one.
Dipshit of the week should have been the guy that stepped in front of Alan Richardson's motorcycle. Motorcycle.
Yeah, definitely for this week that should have been him.
Yeah.
Dipshit of the week for sure.
Until then, good night, everybody.
Peace out, dipshits. Next Wednesday at 9:30 on all platforms.